Well, Sony has leaked the final shape, leading to spoilers flooding out all over the internet. So this includes cutscenes, season pass, items, we've got the raid exotic, we've got potential raid mechanics through raid mods, and also info about the first episode called Echoes. Well, today I'm going to have a look at how this happened. I'm not going to be going into spoilers, but also we're going to be having a look at how the partnership with Sony is going, given this catastrophic event. Well, if you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe for more Destiny 2 content and also hit that notification bell to never miss an update. And also stay tuned to the end of the video where I'm going to give you some information about some exclusive membership benefits that you can enjoy here on Endgame Express. Well, it looks like the final shape was made available via the PlayStation 5 through its streaming service earlier on today, and that may have been pushed to Sony's audience early by mistake. So it was taken down quickly, but the damage has already been done. PlayStation 5 players were able to start the campaign for the final shape and also see info in the collections related to weapons, lore, story spoilers, raid weapons, raid mods, ritual weapons, major story beats, and even Episode 1 Echoes details have been released as well. There's a whole load of problems with this. It's the end of the 10-year saga, the culmination of the Light vs. Darkness saga, and for many, the story is going to be spoiled. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest staying off Twitter, Reddit, YouTube until the final shape releases. YouTube is recommending spoiler-filled content to the Destiny 2 audience, and Reddit is flooded with spoiler screenshots. Well, the raid leaks are one of the biggest spoilers, so everyone's going to want to go into the raid unspoiled. However, this is perhaps the highest profile raid in Destiny 2, and the mods are out there, and some people are deriving mechanics from the mods. So if you don't dig into the spoilers, your team are at a disadvantage compared to those who have seen the spoilers. I've been covering Destiny 2 for years, and this is the biggest leak I've seen ahead of a major expansion, and it looks like it is all down to Sony. We don't know the technical ins and outs of how this happened, but fault appears to lay with the PlayStation game streaming functionality. Sony needs to fix this ASAP, and apparently Destiny 2 isn't the only game affected. This massive mess created by Sony led me to thinking about, well, how is the relationship going between Bungie and Sony? And to be honest, I don't think it is going great. In July 2022, Sony purchased Bungie for $3.7 billion, and PlayStation shared the news on Twitter at the time, saying the agreement to acquire Bungie is closed, so we can now officially say welcome to the PlayStation family, Bungie. And Bungie, they replied at the time saying, we're proud to officially join the incredible team at PlayStation. We are excited for the future of our company, and we're inspired to bring together players from all over the world to form lasting friendships and memories. So, all really positive stuff there at the beginning, as you would expect. However, since then, the relationship appears to have soured. So Sony have injected live service games into their strategy, with the last PlayStation showcase not going down very well with fans, with the reveal of Fair Games Concord and also Bungie's own Marathon, a live service extraction shooter that has since been delayed to 2025. Sony have been publicly critical of Bungie in recent months. At the back end of 2023, Bungie had to make a number of layoffs, given their revenue projections were running 45% below projections. Player numbers for Destiny 2 had declined since the lackluster reception of Lightfall, that was the previous expansion last year, and also rumours have been swirling that Sony could take over Bungie fully, rather than Bungie maintain their independence. Morale was low at Bungie, and morale was low in the community at the end of 2023. It really felt like things had turned a corner in the last 6 weeks with Into the Light and the build-up to the final shape. Well, Sony has been very public with their criticism of Bungie. PlayStation chairman Hiroki Totoki praised the creativity of the Destiny 2 studio Bungie, but also said he wants to see more accountability for development budgets and schedules from the studio's leadership. He went on to say that Bungie staff had a solid understanding of their individual roles and responsibilities, but don't necessarily understand how their respective efforts tie into overall growth, sustainable profit generation, and higher margins. He went on to say, by providing everyone involved with the highly transparent description of the company and the industry conditions, as well as of analysts' views, I would like to encourage them to come to their own realizations, Totoki said. This will get everyone in the business on the same page. Then I would like them to consider what we need to do to work towards our major objectives. He goes on to say, I visited the Bungie studios and had meetings with the management, and I saw that employees working at the studio were highly motivated, showing great creativity, as well as an impressive knowledge of live services. However, I also felt there was room for improvement from a business perspective with regard to areas such as the use of business expenses and assuming accountability for development timelines. I hope to continue the dialogue and come up with some good solutions. We'll talk about taking accountability for timelines and money. How about some accountability for leaking the story beats of your major expansion only a week before that expansion releases? So here we have Sony essentially threatening Bungie with a full takeover if they don't pull up their pants and do a whole lot better. You know, there's always been a lot of pressure with the final shape. It's the culmination of the Light vs. Darkness saga, the end of a 10-year story, and a natural dropping off point for many players. You know, after the final shape, however many times Bungie say it, people think the final shape is the end of Destiny 2, and loads of people are going to drop off. You know, the last major expansion, Lightfall, was not received very well at all, leading to a major drop-off of players throughout 2023. That drop-off continued until April 2024 when it first started to recover with the release of Into the Light, and that was just a content filler Bungie put together to help tide players over until the final shape released. And this is not forgetting that the final shape was delayed all the way at the back end of 2023, so the overall picture between Sony and Bungie really wasn't looking very good. So the final shape has to deliver. It has to deliver for the current player base, to wrap up the story and lead us into a new saga for the next few years. It has to deliver for Bungie, given the Sony sword of Damocles is dangling above its head. So it's not exactly clear at the moment what impacts these leaks are going to have, but there's no doubt this is a disaster for those at Bungie, and my heart goes out to the employees of Bungie who worked so hard for months and potentially years on this release. You know, my hope is the final shape continues to be an absolute banger, and while this is a major news story today, it will quickly be forgotten and we can all move on going into episodes and the next step for Destiny 2. Well, let me know down in the comments what you think about these leaks, but that is it today for this video looking into Sony leaking Destiny 2 The Final Shape. And as always, thank you so much for watching or for listening. Don't forget you can hit that subscribe button down below for even more Destiny 2 content here on Endgame Express. You can also like the video and share the video too. That would really help us out here on the channel. Well, thanks again. I will see you very soon.